I'm just going to quit. This is too hard. I can't do it. And you can't make me. You ever heard those words? Probably many of us have said those words. I'm pretty sure most of us, as parents, have heard those words at some point or another. How in the world do we teach our kids to keep going? Since I was young, I've always liked the Energizer Bunny. I don't know why. I just think he's kind of cool. We used to raise rabbits when I was a kid, so I kind of have a thing for rabbits as it is. But that little Energizer Bunny, he just keeps going and going and going. There's even a new commercial out right now with an Energizer Bunny, and it's outdoors, and he's going around the yard, and the little kids following him, like, I want to be an Energizer Bunny. I want to be an Energizer Bunny. Yeah, teach your kids to be an Energizer Bunny. Quit doesn't really need to be in their vocabulary much. They need to learn the principle to keep going. Let's be real. There's a lot of hard stuff in the world. Really and truly. Let me tell you, I have tried earnestly more than once in my life to learn how to play the guitar and to learn how to play the piano. Both of those are two-handed skills. I know now, and I've been watching for a long time as an educator, people with dyslexia, we sometimes have a challenge with two-handed skills. I'm an amazing crocheter, but it took me forever to learn how to knit, a two-handed skill, and it still is not necessarily my greatest skill. I am nowhere near as good at knitting as I am at crochet. Yeah, all of us have our limits and all of us have our challenges. Some people even have outright handicaps. In our world, I guess we call those disabilities. Still, they can be overcome. We have to keep going. So your child says, Mom, I really want to take dance. And you're like, okay, but you're not going to take 2 dance lessons and quit. Remember, we talked about this. You have that can-do attitude. You can and you will. And so you say to them, I will sign you up for this and I will take you. You're not going to quit after 2 weeks. You are doing an entire set of lessons, whether that's 10 or 15 or 20, however long that series is, you are doing it all. You will keep going. So they're at the third week or the 4th week, and oh, Mom, I don't want it. I'm not as good at this as everyone else, and it's not what I thought. Yep, I hear you. And you're going to keep going. You're going to get in that car, and I'm taking you there, and you are going to keep going. They need to learn to persevere, and they need to learn how to finish what they start. It's not going to do them any great amount of harm to finish a 10 or 20 week course of lessons that they committed to. So you need to give them the ambition, the desire, the motivation to keep going. And you say to them, if at the end of this you hate it, you don't ever have to do it again. But you are going to finish this to which you initially committed. You are going to keep going. At some point in there, I would literally say to you as a parent, maybe after 5 weeks or 6 weeks, you give them something to acknowledge that they are persevering. So you might get them a small bunny that can go on their backpack. In fact, just a minute, I'll show you something. This little bunny is on my purse every day of my life. I can, in fact, put him on my hand and take him places with me, and I could, in fact, put keys on him, but I don't. He just hangs on my purse. He is a gift from one of my sons. So lest you wonder if I really believe in this keep going, the Energizer Bunny story, I just want you to know, yes, in fact, I believe in it very much. So if after 5 weeks of really challenging stuff, your kid is still going, go buy him a little bunny that he or she can hang on the back of their backpack. Or get him a lucky rabbit's foot. I had one when I was a kid, just so you know. I don't believe in luck, but I had the rabbit's foot. I really liked it. I would carry it in my pocket and feel it sometimes. That would be an appropriate thing. And you tell them, I'm really proud of you that you have kept on going. And I want you to keep going. I don't want you to give up, but I just really want to let you know that I'm so proud of you, that you are going and going and going. You're committed to this. You made a commitment to this course of action and you're doing it. Good job. I'm so proud of you. So you need to recognize those challenging things where your child is going to keep going and they're persevering. And I'm not exaggerating when I say to you that those celebrations are vital. Every one of us, if we're in the midst of a really tough situation, a tough circumstance, something that is wearing us out and wearing us down, we need to be encouraged. We need to be supported. We need to be celebrated. I've got to tell you, there is no worse feeling to me than fighting a fight with no support and no encouragement. It is beyond horrible. Let's just say I've had to do it more than once in more than one situation in my life. It is the pits. So do not be that parent to your kid. Be the one who notices, who is your child's cheerleader, who does keep encouraging them and propping them up and supporting them and noticing what they're doing, even if it is tough and challenging and difficult. Wow, I am so proud of you about this. That acknowledgement is gigantic. Another way that you teach them to keep going is to help them recognize the reward. In other words, you weren't very good when you first started. You really weren't. And you know what? Now, 6 months later, wow, you just got the lead in the spring ballet. You're a great dancer. Look what happened because you persevered. There is great reward and recognition, not just from me now. Other people are going to see what a beautiful dancer you are. Other people are going to get to enjoy it. That is amazing. Help them to recognize the reward. Do you know? If they don't get the lead, if they're not an incredible dancer, if they're not an astounding ball player, but they are a participating member of a team, that is worthy of recognition. And you need to let them know that. I am really proud of you because you are doing great in the dance company. You are doing awesome on your ball team. You are a contributing member of a team. And I know that all the rest of your friends and your teammates, they appreciate your participation because without you, they wouldn't have a ball team. You are vital. You are valuable. The skills you are gaining, you may never be a star pitcher. You may never be the lead dancer in a troupe, but you are a contributing member, and that's really vital. Recognize the reward for them. Help them to feel good about that. In keeping going, there is, in fact, great reward. We're going to talk about academics for just a minute. Not every kid is bright. Not every kid is college material. I understand that. But even for a child who is somewhat challenged, when they persevere and they gain a skill, they learn their multiplication tables. They learn yes, I know the name of that thing. Sorry about that. Whew. Thank you. Whew. They learn the periodic table in chemistry class. They take college algebra and they get a C+. You really need to notice and recognize those things and let them know. This is something now that you will have with you for the rest of your life. There is reward in what you've done. I'm really proud of you because academics keeps building. Sometimes success can lead us on toward another success. I often think of a cousin of mine, still to this day, not the brightest guy, but a really good guy and a very hardworking guy. He went to work in an automobile factory as just a regular guy on the line. He wasn't extraordinary or anything. Maybe about 5 or 6 years later, one of the union reps said to him, he said, you are a really great employee. You never call out sick. You are awesome about being here no matter what. You really are a team player. He recognized the value of my cousin's constancy. The fact that he kept going and going and going, the Energizer Bunny story. He said, how would you like to be a team leader? And my cousin became a team leader. In time, he went up pretty high in the union ranks and retired with an astounding retirement. It wasn't because he was a genius. It wasn't because he did anything super extraordinary. It was because he always showed up. He recognized the value in keeping on going. That day after day after day after day after day after day, going, 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 going. You need to help your child understand there is great value in keeping on going. Put a little energizer bunny inside of your kids. Be the battery pack that helps them understand the value of going and going. I hope this has been helpful for you today. My challenge question is this: are you the battery pack in your kids' lives? Do you encourage and teach your children the value of keeping on, of going and going? If not, today I want to invite you to learn to be better at this. And if you do, good for you. Keep going. You may find additional information on our paintabeautifulpicture.com website. Additionally, you may watch me on Rumble, and you may also listen to a podcast on Buzzsprout or Spreaker, all under the name Paint a Beautiful Picture. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You may subscribe, and if you are interested in receiving notifications, please hit the notifications button.